Hello guys, TKG here for your comfortable LostArk life. In this video, I'd like to cover the recent status and improvements that was live on the LostArk KR. As the KR region update progression are quite slightly ahead than the global, so I thought it'd be great to share some of those infos for your LostArk journey. Now follow me, I'll share what you need. Before I start this covering video, this video infos is from KR region, so it contains the recent progression and systemic changes of the KR. The reason that I'm covering the supporting system in the KR right now is that as the KR supporting is quite ahead than the global system right now, so when they test enough, it can be also updated on the global. Or maybe they could slightly change it for more user-friendly to the global players. So this KR support system can be a sneak peek for the future supporting system of the global. First is about the pass system of the KR LostArk. Well, many people ask me about what is so different between the global and the KR support system. Well, let's talk about the support system that only exists on the global server. First, we don't have a separate support server, known as Ignite server is not in KR. Instead, we have a just pass, which can change the supporting limit level or change the variation of the supporting materials. And sometimes, like from this pass event, additional change support with some huge quantity of supporting materials. Well, let's talk about that details later. Second, we don't have a separate currency system, known as bound gold is not in the KR. So whatever you do with the raid or contents or even the supporting gold reward can be used anywhere. So what makes it special about the new pass event? Commonly, the KR region has a separate pass. It is consisted with one normal pass, which bring you right away to the South Cruise on, and item level 1585 with no support. So it is exactly, well, almost same with the normal pass that you can buy with your money. And after you use that free normal pass, you have one more additional pass, which is the major contents of this video, the Mokoko Challenge Express Pass. Basically, the Challenge Express was designed to support the character progression to 1640. So from 1580 to 1641 characters in your roster can use this challenge support. That means you can use the normal to the other characters, and you can use that Challenge Express to the other characters that you really want to raid. As the Challenge Express was designed to support the soft landing of the new and the returning, or even for the players who keep play the LostArk, it contains the single raid challenge, which you can actually experience the classic raid of the LostArk. Clearing each raid will give this reward. One thing that catches the eye is the card pack. Well, actually, back then the card was kind of nonsense. The card doesn't look that great, but in the game system, the card is kind of a measurement of how much this guy has played. And not to mention, it quite affects the DPS performance too. So back then, if somebody asked me, how can I get that card set fast? Well, the answer was, well, actually you have to buy the package. It costs about more than $100 and you need to cross your fingers because it is random anyway. Or if you cannot do that, you have to keep your eyes peeled to the Marie shop to buy the card pack. But with Challenge Pass, you can get the Light of Salvation and the Lost Wind Cliff card set 24 plus Awakening for free if you finish the single Ivory Tower challenge. This is kind of a big deal. And the other reward is really great than you expect. Reaching the certain item level will give you free elixir and the free transcendence for all level 3 for all armor parts. And above all, it has a free tier 4 gems, which includes the tier 4 level 7 and the level 6 gem, with a huge quantity. Well, you don't exactly feel about it. Well, still the level 7 or 6 gem price is about 100,000 gold. And that means you can get a free 400,000 gold value to your character for free right away. And of course, the gear progression probability support is also included. So with this support, you can make an almost free tier 4 characters. So what I want to say is that I haven't seen this kind of big reward since I played the LostArk. And I think the supporting, especially the challenge support, has a kind of a nice review and assessment in the KR community right now. And I heard and saw the Why also will be released on the global in February, right? Maybe I can expect this challenge reward at that release schedule. Also, LostArk are now trying to make new or returning players settle well in the game right now. So another systemic modification was done on the Elixir and the Transcendence. Overall difficulty and the price are now reduced. Still, the random factors are quite existing on those contents, but it was changed to more intuitive. For example, for the Elixir, you don't need to know about the gimmicks and tricks to finish the 4-5 or 3-5 or 5-5 Elixir. Of course, still you need some luck, but the option was changed to more intuitive, so that you can choose the option without the offside tool or the other guy's advice. And come to think of it, the Challenge Pass support give you the Silver Refining Elixir, and that amount of Elixir was quite enough to complete the 40 plus Elixir. Of course, it is a case by case, but I wasn't that quite lucky when I tried the Elixir Refining. And for Transcendence, the minigame was changed to like Monopoly. No elemental options, no reroll options, or other weird gimmicks and probabilities are now gone. Of course, as I said, the luck and the random thing is still needed, but the game you have to play was changed to more intuitive. All you have to do is roll the dice until you reach the end. And the price that was required to reach level 7 was, I think it was quite reduced. It is no longer need that high or large amount of gold finish. And many people already know that the character build is now all integrated to the Ark Passive, which means that you don't have to build with the intricate build. Previous build was need the combination of stone, engraving book, accessories to make it work properly. And above all, once you've built it, but if you want the other build, you have to build the whole combination again to switch your class. I mean, sometimes you have to cut a stone again and buy the accessory again. That was quite a big burden for the players, and that made it almost impossible to think about the other build. But with the Ark Passive, you can just switch it by clicking some node. Also, from this update, the Enlightenment Potion got better too, as the 3 Enlightenment Point Potions was updated from the Blood Claw second collectible reward, so only with the tier 3 accessories, you can reach the tier 4 node of the Enlightenment. Making the second Blood Claw map is easier than you expected. I mean, it is like the time will solve the problem. There is no loot table, so if you play over and over, you can get that things sooner or later. And I asked a lot about these issues. I mean, I recommend this game because you can play the enjoyable raid, but what if you cannot play the raid in the real game? What does that mean? Well, that is because of the systemic and structural errors in the LostArk. Many people ask me like, I mean, I did what the game asked for, but why still I'm not ready to go there? Well, that's because that item level requirements are just for show, which means you need more. So yes, you need to do the Elixir and the Transcendence, and sometimes you have to do the cards, or you have to prep better gems to show you better. And not only those things a problem, but in KR we have a more specific issues that the new players are reluctant to play the party playing because of the structural matters of the raid. Right, if you made a mistake, you don't have a second chance. All of your members have to start all over again. That means if you keep making a mistake, that will straight to the debase and fight. Or mostly just end the raid, and if that is a mean party, they will kick you out. And this nonsense structure, which makes the players to blame each other, make the new players are afraid to play the raid itself. But as I said, the LostArk need to play the raid in order to play more high-tiered raid, because the low-tier raid are the stairs to go up. So what happened when the players who don't want to play the raid because of this community atmosphere? Well, normally they will get far from the game itself. Yep, normally they just stop playing at the end. But now that matters can be gone a little bit. As the LostArk team add the high tier raid, the soloing mode, like the Echidna and the Theramine, was added on the soloing mode, so that the people who are reluctant to join the raid now have a chance to access the high contents like Transcendence and Advanced Honing. When you finish up that contents, you can move off to the next raid more easily. And also the gold reward is quite nice too, especially the low-level characters like mostly located in 1610 to 1620 or just 1640 with nothing, can now have more options than just low reward at Kaangel or Ivory Tower or even in the Ark. Personally, I think the gold reward and soloing raid are quite well designed to make the player settle down in the LostArk. Not only it is fun to play, but also you can play it with low burden. You don't have to get stressed. Above all, you can turn it off when you want it and come back again to play. Compared to the low tier raid gold reward, now only with the soloing mode can guarantee the decent amount of gold reward. With that, you can do more contents and build for your character with more better circumstances. And playing the soloing mode even with the 1610 and 1620 characters on the Fairmine and Echidna can do decent raid progression without lots of additional contents. So they made it more like all you have to do is just come and play. Also, some minor details were changed to user-friendly, like the Chaos Dungeon, where you have to do every day twice as a daily task, are now reduced to once per day. And the stone upgrade cost and level are now integrated to the 1 level, and the requirements are now changed to silver. So if you are considering playing the LostArk right now, I think this season and the timing are right time to play and have fun for a while and make your decision. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and always, thanks for your big support. Hope this video was still helped for your LostArk journey. And of course, if you like my videos, hit the sub for more upcoming infos. I'll come back with more useful infos in the next video.